Alright, let's talk about one of the most controversial topics in the Blue Lock fandom right now, Nagi Seishiro. If you've been following the manga, you already know what I'm talking about. Nagi, the so-called genius who wowed us in the anime and early manga arcs, has been, well, let's just say the author did him dirty. In this video, we're diving deep into Nagi's downfall. From his peak performances in the anime to his steady decline in the Neo-Egoist League, we'll break down every key moment that led to his current state. Was it poor writing? Was it intentional character development? Or did Nagi simply lose his way? Let's start by revisiting Nagi's peak. In the anime and early manga arcs, Nagi was a force to be reckoned with. His natural talent and effortless skill made him one of the most exciting characters to watch. Remember his iconic goal in the 3 vs 3 match against Team Z? That moment alone solidified him as a fan favorite. Nagi's playstyle was unique. He didn't rely on flashy techniques or intense training. Instead, he used his incredible reflexes, spatial awareness, and raw talent to dominate the field. His partnership with Ryo was also a highlight. The two of them had this almost telepathic connection, and their chemistry on the field was unmatched. But here's the thing, Nagi's success wasn't just about his talent, it was also about his mindset. Back then, he played with a sense of curiosity and creativity. He wasn't just scoring goals, he was having fun, and that's what made him so captivating to watch. So what happened? How did Nagi go from being one of the most promising players in Blue Lock to, well, whatever he is now? The beginning of his downfall started from Neo-Egoist League, which was supposed to be Nagi's time to shine. But instead, it became the start of his downfall. Let's go through each match and analyze where things started to go wrong. Match 1. Munchen City vs. Bastard Munchen. This was Nagi's first major test in the Neo-Egoist League, and honestly, it wasn't a bad start. He showed flashes of his old self, using his creativity and reflexes to create chances. But even here, there were signs of trouble. Nagi's reliance on Ryo became more apparent, and his lack of motivation started to show. Match 2. Munchen City vs. Ubers. This is where things started to get concerning. Nagi's performance was underwhelming, to say the least. He struggled to adapt to Uber's defensive tactics, and his lack of effort became more noticeable. It was like he was going through the motions, waiting for someone else to take the lead. Match 3. Munchen City vs. PXG. And then came the PXG match. This was, without a doubt, Nagi's lowest point in the Neo-Egoist League. His lack of motivation and creativity was on full display, and he was completely overshadowed by players like Rin and Shido. It was painful to watch, especially for fans who remembered how dominant he used to be. So what caused this decline? Was it poor writing, or was it intentional character development? Let's dive deeper. Now let's talk about the factors that contributed to Nagi's downfall. Number 1. Lack of motivation. One of the biggest issues with Nagi is his lack of motivation. Unlike players like Isagi or Rin, who are constantly pushing themselves to improve, Nagi seems content to coast on his natural talent. This lack of drive has held him back, especially in the Neo-Egoist League, where the competition is fiercer than ever. Number 2. Over-reliance on Ryo. Nagi's partnership with Ryo was once his greatest strength, but it's become a crutch. Without Ryo, Nagi struggles to find his rhythm and often looks lost on the field. This over-reliance has limited his growth and made him predictable to opponents. Number 3. Lack of adaptability. In the early arcs, Nagi's creativity and adaptability were key to his success. But in the Neo-Egoist League, he struggled to adapt to new challenges. Whether it's Uber's defensive tactics or PXG's aggressive playstyle, Nagi has been unable to adjust his game, and it's cost him dearly. Number 4. Poor writing. This is where things get tricky. On one hand, Nagi's decline could be seen as intentional character development. After all, Blue Lock is all about growth and overcoming challenges. Maybe Nagi's struggles are meant to show that talent alone isn't enough to succeed. But on the other hand, it's hard not to feel like the author did Nagi dirty. His decline feels rushed and unsatisfying, especially for fans who were invested in his character. It's like the author didn't know what to do with him, so they just sidelined him instead. So what's the verdict? Is Nagi's downfall a result of poor writing, or is it a necessary part of his character arc? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now let's talk about the big question. Can Nagi bounce back? The good news is, there's still hope. Nagi's natural talent hasn't disappeared. It's just been buried under a lack of motivation and poor decision-making. If he can rediscover his passion for the game and learn to adapt to new challenges, There's no reason he can't return to his former glory. But here's the thing, Nagi's comeback won't be easy. He'll need to work harder than ever, both on and off the field. He'll need to let go of his over-reliance on Ryo and start taking responsibility for his own growth. And most importantly, he'll need to find his motivation. So, will Nagi rise to the challenge, or will he continue to fade into the background? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Nagi's story isn't over yet. So what do you think? Did the author do Nagi dirty, or is his downfall a necessary part of his character arc? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Blue Lock content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.